but it really doesn't matter at all. No, it really doesn't matter at all. Life's a gas. I hope it's going to last. Alright, now then, I've had a little bit of trouble just recently with the length of these videos I'm making. The last one I uploaded, it was it yesterday or Monday? Today being the Tuesday, the 13th of March 2018, and I uploaded it, and apparently it needed verification, or I did, probably. And so I did it. No, it's actually Sunday, because it was Sunday, yeah, when I did it, when I uploaded it, because to verify it, I needed to put a telephone number in and have them ring that telephone number, and they would then give me a code that I would put in to YouTube, and therefore verify myself, I suppose. But maybe due to it being Sunday, there was nobody manning the operation, so consequently it didn't get uploaded. And I thought, well, stuff it, I'll just do another one and make sure that it's less than 15 minutes. Although, if you look on my channel, you'll see a number of my videos are actually over 15 minutes. Just by a few seconds, mostly. Well, I think all of them that are over, they're not very much over. So I made another one. And guess what? When I actually played it back, because as I've said, I usually watch them back just to make sure that everything, all the information in that is okay. I didn't make a mess of it or whatever. And of course, I enjoy the singing bit the most. In fact, when I had trouble, it wouldn't. I couldn't publish it or something. I think that was it. I couldn't publish it when I'd uploaded it, and I thought, oh my God, my singing's so good that the people who own the copyright to that, whichever song it may be, probably thought I'd played the real thing, and therefore, yes, I'm joking. Now, of course, that wasn't the thing. My singing is horrendous, and that's why I do it. But I try to theme the video on the song, not always, but sometimes, mostly I try. Anyway, so I made another one just now, and by the time I'd got to the end of it, and then I watched it again, and I realised, even though I'd stopped it at 14 minutes 40 something, it actually went over 15 bloody minutes. And if this is digital counting, what the hell's going on? It's like the bullshit leap year nonsense, isn't it? I watched Antonio and Sergey do that video on the leap year. Really good. And you'll find that the sun rises and sets, even though that's not really the right description. 365 days times, rather. 365 times the sun rises and sets. And that's a year. And every fourth year, it does it 366 times. And that's that. And that is it. You know, we don't need to, you know, every year we don't need to try and hide 6 hours with the heliocentric nonsense. It's just fucking shite. Anyway, so here I am making another fucking video about the same subject that I spoke about last time, and I'm a little bit annoyed that the digital time is not real time or something. You know, if it says 15 fucking minutes, surely that is 15 minutes. Or have they tried to put that, shoehorn that extra 6 hours a year into my videos? Stop it. Anyway, life's a gas, and maybe everything is a gas. And when I say everything, I just mean the air and the water. Maybe the same thing. Now, Pete and Peter have been playing with this idea. They have theorized or postulated this as a thing to look into. So I've just made a very nice pot of tea. I've poured myself, this is the second cup, and I boiled my kettle to make the tea with butane gas on a gas ring. Now, the butane gas is in a container which is pressurized, just like we live in a pressurized system. That's very obvious. And the gas bottle itself, when I pick it up, fairly heavy. Even when they're empty, they're not light, I wouldn't say. But even when they're full, you can feel the gas sloshing around in it. Maybe I was ripped off. But there is a certain weight of gas in a new gas bottle, of course, like a bag of coal or anything really fuel-wise. It's measured. Anyway, that's a different thing. But in that container, i.e. the gas bottle, there is the gas in two different states. And it's standing on its base, there's the liquid gas at the bottom and the gaseous gas at the top. And the gaseous gas is the stuff that comes out, and I burn it and create heat and create nice meals. Well, I think they're nice, but most people probably anyway, I don't know. You'd have to be bloody hungry maybe sometimes to eat what I eat, but I like it. I've got used to it. Anyway, the state of these gases are due to the amount of pressure in that bottle. And what Pete and Peter are saying simply is that the air could be pressurized so much that it becomes water. And that's what we see in the natural state when we see the oceans or the lakes or whatever. They're not up there, they're down there. And we can see water in different states as well, like fog or rain, or of course rain drops down and fog doesn't, even though, well, I know gravity doesn't exist, but to me that's just more proof that it doesn't exist. You know, butterflies and smoke and fog. Come on, people. Anyway, Pete and Peter, I think, are definitely onto something there. It needs looking into. I think they they are absolute, you know, the flat earthers. Absolutely, they are. And many people think maybe that the flat Earth is all you need, you know. But I remember watching a video, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, probably now. Yeah, it's going to be more like 15 years ago, by Lloyd Pye, and he was stating, you know, the title of the video was "Everything You Know Is Wrong." And I thought, what? You know, I was a little affronted by that title. But by the time I'd finished watching it, I thought, he's onto something there. And that was about evolution, which I looked into actually before the flat Earth came along in my life. And by the time I looked into evolution properly, I realized, of course, that nothing has evolved, and we are in a construct, a creation, not a haphazard natural accident or event that made all this. Absolutely not. Impossible. Not just improbable. Impossible. So, I'll have to keep an eye on the time. So I think Pete and Peter are doing great things, actually. And the other thing that caught my eye this last week was well, it's a new kind of shock claim that airliners don't need fuel. They don't need the kerosene, which is basically jet fuel. That's jet engines, of course. Propeller plane engines need avgas, which is a high octane petrol-like substance, and it's very much more expensive than petrol and much more volatile. But that's got nothing to do with jet engines. Jet engines apparently just need kerosene, like heating oil, really. It's quite a heavy oil. It's not a light, you know, thin stuff like petrol. It's less refined, shall we say. And now, I don't know whether the planes don't need kerosene. I have no idea. I could look into it. I just can't really be bothered. I've got, you know, I don't have the internet, and when I do go online, I'm not really interested in that. I'll let other people look into it and maybe come to a conclusion. And if the people come to a conclusion and I trust them, then I will look into it then. But I don't really have time to, even though it is interesting. Yeah. Now, it's just past 13 minutes of what I've got on my counter now, and I'm going to stop it at 14 minutes. So you've only got a few minutes of me waffling on, a few seconds rather of me waffling on, and then I'll end it. But this is going to be a little experiment for me, because in the past I've filmed and recorded separately on two digital appliances, and then when I sync them up, they're out of time. Now, how the hell could that work? You know, if it was tape, I could kind of get that, because one might be turning slightly faster than the other one. Therefore, the other one is slightly slower, of course. And there you would get the out of sync when you try to put them together. Fair enough, I get that, but it's just coming up to 14 minutes now, so goodbye.